Hello, everyone. Thank you again for joining us for an Ultimate Creative Chat. Today, we have Tammie Polk here to talk about writing. She is an author and a bookstore owner as well, and she's going to get into all of that. But I just want to introduce her to you all, and we'll see what kind of goodies she's gonna drop for us today. Tammie, thank you so much for being here.
You're most welcome. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, we're absolutely happy to have you. Tammie's brand is professionally sassy. She is a writer. She is an author many, 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 many times over. And she can tell you exactly how many. How many times over?
156 and a half.
And a half.
And a half.
Okay, why you say a half?
Because I have one that is due out in February. So, and a
Yay!
half.
And a half. Awesome. So by the time you all see this, the book may be out. So we'll tell you how to get it. All right. You keep following us and follow Ultimate Creative and follow Professionally Sassy, and you will find out where to get it. Okay. So Tammie, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your brand and what it is that you do.
Well, first of all, I bring you greetings from the home of Elvis the Grizzlies and Barbecue, Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay. All right.
Yes, Memphis. My brand is Professionally Sassy LLC. It was actually a rebrand.
Mm,
When I started coaching back in 2015, my brand was my name. It was Tammie Terrell Mompreneur Coaching. But I grew out of it. I grew
okay.
out of the name. I grew out of the brand. I grew out of the color scheme. You can probably tell by my background. I'm a bright color type person.
Yeah.
And Professionally Sassy is my hub of tamminess. It is my coaching business, my speaking business. It's my books, my courses, my events, my workshops.
Mm,
It's just one big cake with several ingredients.
okay.
So I tell people that I am a goal and dream fulfillment coach. My goal and joy is to lovingly annoy people
And
into
how so?
the greatness that they're supposed to achieve.
Okay.
So some people will hire me for accountability and find out very quickly that I'm. And so I often ask people when they come to me for accountability, and I'm like, how annoying do you need me to be?
Hmm.
Do you need every day at the same time annoying? Same time every week, bi-weekly, once a month, messenger chat? How annoying
Hmm.
do I need to be?
Okay.
And I tell people all the time, I am one of those rainbow people. I have three ideal clients of the
Okay.
physically stressed mom who has big goals she wants to achieve. And she's tired of waiting on everybody else's timeline and permission because she wants to achieve them like now.
Hmm.
My second is the author of multiple books, such as myself,
Okay.
uh, who feel like they have to write something new each time an opportunity comes along for them.
Okay.
And the third is the woman who is a lifelong learner. She's looking for courses, events, workshops, books, programs, products, not necessarily services all the time, that keep her going in life and business. And it's a beautiful hodgepodge wrapped up in a tornado and topped with ice cream.
Oh, yeah. And a cookie, I'm sure.
And cookies are important.
Okay. So
Cookies
before we
are
get into the
important.
cookies, because this is
Yes.
good, before we get into the cookies, that you can see that behind her there. Let's talk about what you have been able to do with your writing. What types of books have you written or materials have you written? And then what have you been able to do with those books?
Hey, so I have devotionals, I have fiction books, business, I have a not necessarily a business development curriculum, but kind of a startup or reset type curriculum. I have been a part of anthologies. I have 27 audiobooks.
Mm.
I have I have board games.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have
Board
board
game.
games. I have board games and card games coming out. Just business things with some of my books. I
Mm.
actually create board games from children's books for schools and daycares and things like that.
Awesome.
So my books are my business
Okay.
because whether I am speaking or coaching or doing an event, it's
Mhm.
on a page somewhere.
Right. Okay.
This Ultimate Creative Chat is sponsored by Bella by Tina Foy.
The serum you've always wanted to try. The cleanser you've been dreaming of. The primer everyone's talking about are finally available. Get your glow on with Bella by Tina Foy. Skincare you love with values you believe in. Visit us at bellabytinafoy.com.
So you're
Um, I,
sharing from the books, but also using those other opportunities to help create books and other content.
correct, correct.
Beautiful.
So I received a challenge back in 2016 from one of my coaches
Mm.
who told me to stop trying to make my business look like everybody else's and get back to the message of my books.
Okay.
And I fought that for a very long time.
Mm.
But it got to the point to where I would be sitting in the middle of my bed scrolling social media and in tears because I would see both men and women still battling with the problems that were found in my books.
Mm.
So I started doing more things like author spotlights in different um social media groups that I'm in, on podcasts like yours. I started talking about my books more.
Mhm.
And I've had leaders in of network marketing teams purchase my book for their entire team.
Mm. Okay.
I have had one of the big three shipping companies buy my boot camps for some of their female management staff.
Okay.
And for me, I almost no longer have to pitch myself to speak because it has gone from me pitching to, hey, sis, we've got an event coming up. Would love to have you. This is the theme. Have you written something about that? Oh, you have. Can you bring 20 copies of it with you? Thanks.
Mm. There we go.
Because when I speak, whether I'm speaking from one book or multiple books, I always have it with me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because now people have to see it. Now I want to
Right,
see it
because
for myself. And where
when
did you
it's
say, what chapter did
so
you say
what
that was
chapter
in?
page did you said? Yeah, because I need to go back. You had said this. So
Right.
where is it in the book so I could go? Oh, okay, it's right there. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right.
Bing, bang, boom.
So my charge to authors is to find the gold mine that's in your pages.
Okay.
And actually, here in March, I'm going to be at a writers' conference talking about income streams for authors.
Hmm.
And
All
I'm
right.
going to be talking about one of my other brand extensions because they don't give me enough time to talk about this one.
Oh, Lord.
But I'm going to be talking about how I took my Facebook lives, did I took my Facebook lives and transcribed them, cleaned them up, and they became a book.
Hmm. Wow.
So then that book became a 30-day planner, which became a 1-year planner, which became a one-on-one coaching program, then turned into a group coaching program. Then it turned into being revamped for middle and high school girls.
Hmm.
Then there came the t-shirt, the face mask, the 2-hour blitz, the 4-hour workshop,
Wow.
to the board game. And here's the kicker. The book that I'm talking about is 5 years old.
Hmm. Wow.
2018.
That's a lot in a short period of time.
And that is why I tell authors resist the urge to write something new. If you're trying to break into coaching, if you're trying to break into speaking, is writing.
Right. You already did the work.
Even if it's fiction,
Mm-hmm.
you can still break into coaching and speaking with a fiction book, depending on the subject matter.
Okay.
I actually took an author's book and did that.
Mm. Okay.
So when it comes to writing, my mantra is I write my way through life and business, and writing is my cross. And I say that because what I've written is the reason why I've spoken in over 100 events
Mm.
since 2016. My
Okay.
writing is the reason why I'm now going to college campuses, why I'm traveling cross country.
Hmm.
My
Awesome.
writing is the reason why I have clients.
Mhm.
I will get Facebook messages where people will say, you know what? I bought the Seven Virtuous Businesswoman Slayers, Seven Deadly Cop Outs. I need help. Consultation link.
Right.
Letter, rinse, repeat.
Mm-hmm.
So to get to the meat and potatoes of this whole thing, that was just an introduction. Let's get to what Danielle
Well, we really want to know.
really want to know. Where in the cookie verse did the bookstore come from?
Yes. Tell us.
So I'm about to step on some toes. That's just what I do.
That's all right.
With my bookstore, my aim is to show authors what's possible. Getting on somebody else's shelf and making somebody else's bestseller list is not all that there is.
Okay.
In May 2018, I sat down and wrote the vision for having my own bookstore one day, featuring my own titles, because I have
Yeah.
of them.
Mm-hmm.
And when I sat there and I made my list, I wrote down everything. And when I say everything, I wrote down the brand and size of trash bag that I wanted in my trash can.
Okay.
I'm writing down the wattage of light bulb and everything. So fast forward to March 2019 when Barnes & Noble finally gave one of my books a shot.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the funniest thing in the world because I remember walking into this book signing and I've got this big Amazon box and I'm walking into Barnes & Noble. It was absolutely hilarious. I didn't realize it until somebody brought it to my attention. So of course I've got to hide the box.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I've
they
got to
should have
hide
been
the
selling
box.
it then.
I got to hide the box. So I'm there for a book signing, and when it got to the end of the night and they got ready to talk about buying my books, they bought two.
Mm. The store
The
or
store.
mm-hmm.
They bought two copies.
Mm.
Two. And that did something to me.
Okay.
So after that, I started looking for space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I went to a property owner who I'd done business with before,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, I can give you an interior suite, but right next to the receptionist desk. Okay. Look, 10 by 6 office space.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, I had 49 books at the time. So, space in there got very interesting very quickly.
Yeah.
And the entire time, I knew that I was doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a grand opening day. I had a grand opening week.
Okay.
So every day was for a different demographic.
Okay.
I had a day for church leaders. I had a day for administrators. I had a day for bloggers, a day for teachers.
Hmm.
Just all of the different demographics that I knew those 49 books could meet.
Right.
So I was there really for only about 4 months
Hmm.
because my collection started to grow to the point to where I had books on the floor.
Oh, wow. And those were
So
just your books?
yes,
Oh
it
gosh.
was just mine.
Uh,
So we started looking for a bigger space and we wanted to stay with the same property manager, but he didn't have what we were looking for.
mm-hmm.
So we went to another complex, which ironically is right around the corner from this one. And I told my husband, let's just go in here and see what they have.
Mm-hmm.
We speak to the leasing agent, we tell her what we're trying to do, and she takes us around to this beautiful 1,200 square foot space.
Mm-hmm.
And I die laughing.
Oh my gosh.
And it was because I had walked away from that very suite back in 2015 when I first started my business because I couldn't afford
Wow.
it. It looked different, but the different was good.
Mhm.
So we said, okay,
Mhm.
we're going to put in the paperwork. So we put in the paperwork and we drove back around to the space and we're a praying family. So we laid our hands on the windows and we
Mhm.
prayed about that thing. And 2 days later, we had keys.
Wow. Okay then.
And then my husband looks at me and he says, "Babe," I'm like, "What?" He said, "Where's your idea book?"
Mhm.
And I froze. I said, "It's at home on top of my laptop." And it was in that second that I realized that what I had written,
Mhm.
since this was October, so what I had written in May of 2018, here it was coming to fruition. What's that, 18 months ish
Yeah. Oh, so from
later?
the year before. Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
18 months later, here I am.
Mhm.
So now all of my books are on display. I have a formal lobby. I have my reading store area. I mean, my bookstore area. I have a hot beverage bar. That closed in room that was used as a recording studio is now where I host my workshops and my events as well as rent it out to others.
Mm.
I have my kitchen where I have a microwave, a full size refrigerator, a crock pot, and an air fryer. That's a full
Oh,
kitchen. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
it's a kitchen.
It's a kitchen. I
We're
have,
gonna make it a kitchen.
we're gonna make it one. I even got real dishes. It's kitchen.
Okay. It's a kitchen.
And I have a private office space for myself. My husband has one as well. That
Beautiful.
the room in a room, it doubles as, as a multi-purpose room for my family. I host book clubs, I host game nights. I do
Mm.
board game nights. I do field trips for schools,
Mm.
because there are several schools around me where our babies need to see somebody who looks like them doing something like what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
So I will have writing workshops for kids or board game, no, playing board game day, because playing board games for today's kids is a lost art.
Yes.
I teach board game creation classes, just different things. But at the end of the day, it came from what I penned.
Wow.
The serum you've always wanted to try. The cleanser you've been dreaming of. The primer everyone's talking about are finally available. Get your glow on with Bella by Tina Ford. Skincare you love with values you believe in. Visit us at bellabytinafoy.com.
Back to the show.
I built my bookstore from my books. I don't just sell books.
Yes.
Now, what makes my bookstore different? This is going to sound terrible, but there is madness in the method.
Okay.
Yes, I only have my books in my bookstore. Here's why. When you walk into Barnes& and Noble and you are looking for a book, they give you kind of a blanket recommendation.
Mhm.
Have you ever read a book and you said, "Huh, I wonder why the author said it that way.
Mhm.
I wonder why they wrote it that way." So you go to the interwebs and you try to find them, and you come across one of three problems.
Mm-hmm.
They're dead and have been for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
You have to break a leg, break an arm, sever a limb, and sacrifice your firstborn to get to them.
Mm-hmm.
Or third, you do all of that and you don't get them, but you get a member of their team.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to be approachable. So when you walk into my bookstore, with me being the author of everything that you see, you have a rare and unique experience because you can ask me questions until cookies crumble
Mm-hmm.
and give
Awesome.
you insight that you won't get anywhere else.
That's right. That's a very different idea. Very
And I'm
different.
open by appointment only.
Okay, awesome.
So
So people
you get
can.
to come in and
Mm-hmm.
peruse. You need that hour, I promise you.
Uh-huh.
Because the first 15 minutes is going to be like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. Let me figure this. Let me digest
Let
all of
let me
this.
digest this. And then the pacing between the shelves, that's another 30. And then, the 15 minutes of questions.
Okay. It's very motivating to hear you say, you can just take your pen, stop sitting on your gift, and use it, and something will come from it. A lot of times we have things that we're able to do and skills that we have honed over the years, and we don't really do too much with them. So, what I'm hearing you say is that you went ahead and used your gift for what it was for, and it has been able to afford you a lot of success and some inspiration for others as well. And then obviously business opportunities, speaking and engagements, blessing people that way through your speaking engagements. So that is beautiful. If you could give our ladies watching, all the other female entrepreneurs who are watching here, one tip to just get started with their writing, one thing that would help them go ahead and get started, what would that be?
Okay. Eat a cookie. But I want you to hear me out.
Okay.
The word cookie is an acronym.
Mm-hmm.
Conquer your fears. First and foremost.
Okay.
The emotional author coaster is always going to be there,
Mm-hmm.
but don't let it scare you.
Yes.
The first O, open yourself up to learning new and different things.
Mm.
This ain't your grandmama's literary world no more, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually say stuff now,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and in a whole lot more different ways.
Mm-hmm.
The second O, organize yourself, your thoughts, and your plans. Write it down. Get an accountability partner, and get an accountability partner who is going to be this close to you
Yes.
so that you can get that thing out. The K, kill the negative self talk and naysayer noise. There
Mm.
is always going to be someone, somewhere, sometime, somehow, some way who is going to say something about
Always.
what you're doing.
Yes. And they're not doing anything.
Going. Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine you're next.
Mm.
When you get finished, you should turn into Deion Sanders with the ball in the end zone very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
That high step.
Yeah.
Do it. And you may say, well, Tammie, all of that is all fine and good. How am I supposed to do all of that?
Mhm.
And it's with the E. Eliminate the excuses. You are not
Wow.
broke. You do have time. Your family's not stopping you. Your job's not stopping you. Your talent is not a side hustle alone. You do know how to do more than one thing.
Mhm.
And you are not okay because you are living on yesterday's success, and that just ain't gonna get it.
Mm. I love that.
And this is coming from a married homeschooling mother of 3 girls.
Okay then. Awesome. Well, we have enjoyed this very much. I think I speak for everybody watching this on YouTube and anywhere else that we have thoroughly enjoyed this. Where can we find you quickly on social media?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Professionally Sassy or Profession Sassy.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you all for watching and joining us. Please tune in for another time. And thank you again, Tammie, for being with us. We'll
You are
definitely
most
have to have
welcome.
you back. Yes, absolutely.
Get in touch today to find out how you can become an Ultimate Creative Chat sponsor.